Everyone needs a budget no matter where they are in their financial journey. If you're confused by all the budgeting methods out there or just looking for the right fit, you're in the right place. In this video, we're diving into 7 budgeting techniques, breaking down their pros and cons, and helping you figure out which one might suit you best. Plus, stay tuned for a bonus method all the way from Japan. Let's go. First up is the cash envelope system. You might have seen this already, but in this approach, you set aside specific cash amounts for various expenses. Think groceries, entertainment, dining out. Each category has its own envelope filled with designated cash, acting as a spending cap. This system taps into the psychology that people are often more cautious about cash than with plastic cards. It's tangible, making you feel every expenditure. It's especially useful for budgeting beginners or those prone to impulsive spending. Moreover, for those keen on reducing credit card usage and existing debt, this method prevents additional expenses. Its simplicity ensures that you stay within bounds, but it has some constraints. You're tied to the amount in each envelope. Carrying a lot of cash might not always be feasible or safe, and for online shoppers, it presents a challenge. But today, there are a number of digital counterparts, like the One Card and other cards, digitizing the envelope system. These tools provide basically a virtual envelope, mirroring the traditional approach, but suited for online transactions and real-time expense. Another drawback is that you have to be very precise, as each category demands accurate budget allocation. Next, we have an effective budgeting approach called zero-based budgeting. The core idea is that every dollar you earn has a designated role. By the month's end, your income minus your expenses should equal 0. This doesn't imply that you've spent all your money. It simply means that you've allocated every dollar, be it for rent, that morning cup of coffee, savings, or a dream vacation. To illustrate, we have Sarah, a graphic designer who earns $3,000 a month. Using the zero-based budgeting, she allocates every single dollar. $1,000 for rent, $500 for groceries, $200 for utilities, $300 for transportation, $100 for coffee, and the remaining $900 divided between savings and vacation. When a mid-month freelance project adds $500, she promptly allocates $300 to her vacation fund and $200 to savings. By the month's end, her total allocations match her $3,500 income, ensuring each dollar serves a purpose. Zero-based budgeting offers a proactive management approach, ensuring every cent is used beneficially and reducing wasteful spending. It aligns with financial goals, making savings or objectives like debt reduction or emergency fund more structured, and provides a transparent view of finances, eliminating the mystery of vanished funds by the end of the month. However, it does come with its challenges. It demands meticulous planning, especially on the onset, and any variation in monthly income or unforeseen expenses means frequent revisits and tweaks to the budget. For some, especially those with fluctuating income, this method might feel a bit restrictive. This budgeting approach is best suited for individuals keen on gaining complete control over their finances, those looking to align spending with specific objectives, and those aiming to understand and optimize every aspect of their monetary habits. On the other hand, it's less ideal for individuals who prefer flexibility over structure, those with unpredicted incomes or irregular expenses, and those who might feel boxed in by a stringent money allocation system. The 50-30-20 guideline is a popular approach for dividing post-tax earnings into 3 primary categories. About 50% is allocated to needs, encompassing essentials such as rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, and basic debt repayments. Then 30% is dedicated to your wants, which includes discretionary items like dining out, entertainment, and vacation. The remaining 20% is reserved for saving and financial aspirations, covering extra debt payments, emergency funds, earmarked funds for future expenses, and investments. One of the major advantages of this method is its simplicity, providing a clear allocation strategy. However, its one-size-fits-all nature might not be suitable for everyone, particularly those earning a modest income or residing in high-cost areas. Additionally, as income rises, there's also the risk of inflating one's lifestyle due to the static percentages, and the method may lack the nuanced goal planning. For instance, certain financial goals might require more than designated 20%. So while the 50-30-20 strategy offers a flexible budgeting tool, ideal for those desiring a straightforward approach, it may need adjustments based on individual circumstances. While percentage-based budgeting methods are simple and easy to implement, in my experience, they're not the most effective, especially when you're just starting out. I believe it's more important to take a more personalized and hands-on approach to your budget. This way you can really see where your money's going and make more intentional and informed money decisions. Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki is a well-known financial literacy book that dives into the principle of paying yourself first. Kiyosaki emphasizes the significance of prioritizing personal financial growth. In his words, paying yourself first means just what it says. It means before you pay your bills, before you buy groceries, before you do anything else, you set aside a portion of your income to save. The idea is to treat savings and investments as a non-negotiable. By integrating this principle, you cultivate financial discipline and foster a mindset conducive to wealth building. This method is simple and apt for those new to budgeting, promoting consistent saving, minimal micromanagement, and guilt-free flexible spending, and fostering financial discipline. However, its downsides include potential oversight in tracking specific expenses, a chance of overspending, possible inefficiency in addressing high-interest debts, and it may not suit those that are on tight budgets. It's a great fit for beginners, individuals with steady income, and those with specific saving goals. Next, we have the cash-only budget. This method promotes conscious spending by advocating for the use of physical cash for all transactions. By physically feeling the money spent, individuals are often more aware of their financial choices. After setting aside a fixed amount of cash for a specific time frame, like a week, you can only spend that amount until the next budget cycle. This approach offers heightened awareness and simplicity due to the tangible nature that it doesn't require detailed category allocation. However, it has potential downsides, such as the risk of overspending in certain areas, safety concerns related to carrying cash, and limitations on transactions that can't be paid in cash. The bare bones budget prioritizes only essential expenses, cutting out non-essential or discretionary spending. This method is often employed during financial hardship or to meet a specific short-term goal like aggressive saving or debt repayment. To give you an example, imagine Jane, who just recently got laid off. She switches to a bare bones budget to navigate her uncertain financial future. With a previously monthly spending of $4,000, now she focuses solely on essentials. She allocates $1,200 for rent, $200 for utilities, $400 for basic groceries, and $100 for insurance. Cutting out gym membership, dining out, and entertainment, she's reduced her spending to $1,900. While effective for navigating financial crises or achieving certain objectives, it's not sustainable long-term due to its strict limitations. Its restrictive nature can lead to feelings of deprivation, making it vital to ensure a balanced approach to avoid budgeting burnout. Paycheck budgeting is a financial strategy that entails crafting distinct budgets for every pay period. Primary focus of this approach is on bills and expenses that are due prior to the receipt of the next paycheck. So for an example, say John, who earns a consistent monthly income of $2,500. He adopts paycheck budgeting to stay on top of his finances. He creates separate budgets for each of his bi-weekly paychecks, allocating $1,000 for rent, $200 for utilities, $150 for groceries, and $50 for transportation for the first paycheck of the month. After covering these essential expenses, he's left with $100 for discretionary spending. On his second paycheck, he allocates $300 for savings and $200 for dining out and entertainment. This method helps him ensure that he always has enough to cover his bills and provides a clear view of his discretionary income. One of the most significant advantages of this method is its ability to aid individuals, particularly those who live paycheck to paycheck, in efficiently managing their finances. By adopting this system, users can gain a clear understanding of the amount of discretionary money at their disposal after meeting essential expenses. However, there are a few drawbacks. This process can be somewhat tedious, especially for those who receive their salaries on a more frequent basis. In terms of its applicability, paycheck budgeting is most suitable for those who have a regular income stream and consistent expenses. Now here's a bonus. The Japanese have a personal finance budgeting method known as Kakeibo, which translates to household finance ledger. This traditional budgeting system has been used in Japan for over a century and is a simple and mindful approach to managing household finances. Here's how it works. You start with a clear goal. At the beginning of each month, you set a savings goal. This helps in understanding the purpose behind budgeting and saving. Next, you list down fixed expenses. You identify and list all your fixed expenses for the month, such as rent, utilities, and subscriptions. Then you calculate the available amount. You subtract your fixed expenses from your monthly income to find out how much you have available for other expenses. Central to Kakeibo is its classification of spending into 4 primary categories. Survival, which encompasses vital expenses such as food, transportation, and housing. Optional covers discretionary spending like dining out and entertainment. Culture pertains to expenses that foster personal growth, including books and courses. And extra accounts for unforeseen outlays, be it repairs or gifts. A daily record of all expenses, irrespective of their magnitude, fosters heightened financial awareness. At the end of the month, you'll review how you did. Were you able to stick to your budget and meet your savings goal? Reflecting on the month's spending can provide insights into the areas of improvement. Kakeibo emphasizes mindfulness and intentionality in spending. Before making a purchase, it encourages asking yourself if this purchase is necessary and if it aligns with your financial goals. The essence of Kakeibo is not just about tracking and cutting expenses, but about cultivating a conscious relationship with money. The act of physically writing down expenses and reflecting on spending habits promotes greater financial awareness and intentionality. When it comes to budgeting, there isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. The right budgeting method largely depends on individual financial situations and personal preferences. Some might even combine elements from various methods for a tailored approach. The primary goal is to find a system that encourages consistent saving, spending within means, and working towards your financial goals. Friends, if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. If you found this information helpful, please make sure to like and subscribe for more. If you're interested in 7 things the wealthy don't buy, then you can check out my video over here. See you in the next one.